The profession is well placed to help its members comply with their regulatory obligations, and we're trying to do that in three different ways. First, by making sure that members are fully aware of the kind of obligations that they're under. That's classically an issue at the moment in relation, for example, to the new TASs, the Technical Actuarial Standards Framework, which the Board for Actuarial Standards is introducing. Secondly, we're trying to explain what is expected of members much more purposefully perhaps than we've been able to do in the past. That is through developing our own regulatory framework in a way which puts an emphasis on material that will help and support members in dealing with specific problems in specific circumstances. We're also looking hard in that context at the shape of the interpretation service which is available to members and which they can approach when they're looking for advice on how to deal with specific issues, whether in relation to the Actuaries Code or awareness of technical actuarial standards or anything of that nature. And the third thing we're doing is reviewing the whole range of our CPD offerings to ensure that through appropriate education, training and reinforcement we ensure that actuaries are continually refreshed in their knowledge of these issues, brought up to date, and have opportunities to share dilemmas, issues with colleagues, and there's nothing more important than preserving that sense of the community of professionals together working through these issues and moving them forward. How can individual actuaries look to support themselves in this kind of endeavour? Well, clearly by going on the CPD courses, professionalism courses in particular, but also being a wider CPD offering that the profession has available. By continually updating themselves about the contents of the profession's website, which in the regulatory context and so on is continually being refreshed. And it will also help the profession make sure it's up to speed with these things if members feed back to the profession clearly their expectations, their needs, their wishes, because at the end of the day the profession exists to serve the public and its members. And we want to do both of those effectively. Professional regulation isn't an add-on, it's not an imposition, oh gosh, something else that we hard-pressed professionals have got to cope with. It's actually at the core of being a professional, and it's in the interests of the profession to get it right, because therein the profession can improve its own credibility, and with it actuaries can improve their own credibility in the professional context, that is, their own sellability and attractiveness to the world that wants confidence, wants to be able to trust financial service professionals in so many different areas. Actuaries are well placed to capture the world, and I hope they see the professional regulation agenda as a vital part of equipping them and the public with the confidence to enable them to do that.